It is like super fascinating that the like ChatGPT and Claude are integrating these like native tools into their platforms. Like they're just creating it for you. And I watched a or read something about OpenAI had got huge ambitions here. They want to control the spreadsheet basically, or they want the spreadsheet within ChatGPT. They don't want people to leave ChatGPT to go to a spreadsheet. Um, but I was going to say, I don't know, occasionally when I glance at LinkedIn these days, and I saw a Satya Nadella post, and it seems like recently they released their analysis, the AI analysis tool in Copilot that you can connect to spreadsheets. When I saw it, I thought Microsoft Copilot's becoming ChatGPT. It's becoming ChatGPT. Copilot
Right.
is just going to copy ChatGPT. ChatGPT have shown the way, and I think that is a smart strategy. If they just got to copy ChatGPT. Don't try and reinvent the wheel. If you just copy them, and your distribution will make a big difference, right? Obviously, ChatGPT has got massive distribution already, but I think they just have to copy ChatGPT, and a lot of people will use their tool, and they won't lose out. They won't lose out. I'm actually like recently. I mean, I was probably a bit down on Microsoft maybe like a year or so ago, but it's hard to move the super tanker, isn't it? Like it's hard to be innovative. There's not many rewards for being innovative as a massive company like Microsoft, right? Like you're better to be a fast follower in a lot of cases. Um, but I'm starting to think that they're going to win. They're going to win everything. There's no stopping them. There's no stopping them at all. They're just so big. They're so embedded. More and more people I talk to use Copilot. Um, they're finally catching up, to ChatGPT and there's so much other innovation around it that they can just copy Claude Code. They can just copy. They've got just such incredible distribution. Um, and it is kind of ironic because Copilot is just GPT-5. And,
Right.
and they're basically just going to copy exactly what ChatGPT can do.
Well, and the crazy thing is they went to Anthropic and they've been talking about agreements with Anthropic to use the native basically, Word app, not Word, Office applications, within Claude. And so,
Mm.
it's kind of clear that, OpenAI has aspirations to be independent of them, but needs them for compute.
Yeah.
Microsoft doesn't want to put all their eggs in the same basket with OpenAI. And so, they're going out and exploring, other options. And it kind of, I was joking with somebody that it's like they just seem like a married couple that hates each other.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. Well, they both need each other, don't they? They both
they
they,
do,
they
they
both they,
do.
they both need each other. But they both have leverage. They both like OpenAI has leverage on Microsoft. Microsoft is it is truly fascinating. But look, if you assess those decisions, they're all quality decisions by Microsoft, right? Like you've got, I don't know if it's 50% or whatever percent, you've got a huge percentage of the fastest growing company ever. Um, you've got you can just lay out their innovations into your products. Yes, you don't have your own model, but there's other model providers that you can go to and you can get supply from there. Like and at the same time, you're clipping the ticket on every single query that people are making in these tools because they're hitting your servers. Like it's so fascinating. So it's so fascinating. I mean, I don't know what Satya Nadella has to worry about. He's honestly, they are in such a good position. I think we said this months ago. You know how when AI first came out, everyone thought AI is going to be so disruptive. It's going to disrupt Google. It's going to disrupt all these other tools. It's not disrupting anyone. They're all just getting bigger. I mean, Google hit record highs the other day in terms of their stock price. So like, it's basically not disrupting anyone or anything. It's just more tech, big tech. It just continues to crush it. Um, yeah, it's a very fascinating dynamic.
Did you see one of the things that was fascinating that we talked about last time was that Google is now number one on the App Store, and it's because of Nano
Yes.
Banana.
Yeah, yeah. I heard that somewhere. I heard that. Yeah. Yeah. Image, well, a lot of I don't think they can predict a lot of these things. They know they have good tech, but they can't predict that the image generation is going to be what sends your app to the moon. Like I don't
Right.
think they can. They like a lot of the stuff is they're just like throwing stuff out there and seeing what sticks, seeing what goes viral. Like a lot of it is what goes viral at the moment, you know. Images and nano banana just go viral. So everyone gets the app because of that, you know. Claude Code goes viral because it's incredibly good at coding, enables you to create agents, that type of stuff. So like Anthropic didn't think that Claude Code was going to be as good as big as it was. I
Oh
don't
no,
I don't think so.
I don't think they had any idea.
Yeah.
And now,
So much of it is just like product market fit, like right timing, especially in the tech world.
I mean, it's really interesting, talking to my some of my friends who are, software developers about, just how much of their time they now spend just entirely in Claude Code. And some of
Yeah.
them, some of them have also been sampling the OpenAI Codex and really liking that too.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know if you've played around with that. I haven't played with that. I've been, just kind of leveraging what I know on Claude Code.
Well, it's so fascinating now. Like Codex is quite new, right? Like, it sort of came out like a week or so ago. I've used it like very, very minimally. I did use it in the ChatGPT app when it was first up, but now I think it's much better. But it's so fascinating. I am now using everything in Cursor, the IDE Cursor, and in my Cursor terminal, I have Codex in one column. I have multiple Claude Code tabs in another column. Then I have multiple cursor agents in another column. I literally have like 9 agents laid out in front of me. And then I just, you know how I used to do that with Claude Code, but now I just like have all of these different agents using different models. And then I'm just like thinking about, okay, I want to do this feature. Boom, I go and do it. I want to do this feature, go, boom, go and do that.
How do they
And
work? How do they work with each other?
um, they're definitely different. They definitely spin out different things, and it's hard to know why because in Claude Code you can create these things called agents, right? And so the agents are specifically trained on something like this. It's orchestrating a bunch of digital workers basically. You're trying to figure out how to best use them. It's really fascinating stuff. Like, yeah. Um, and sometimes I'll get one model to do something, I'll get the other one to check it. I'll get like I've been I was gonna talk to you about this. I mean, I live in these like AI coding tools at the moment, just absolutely live in them. And that's basically my work day these days, is I live in them like 8 hours a day when I'm when I'm at my computer. And uh, I have been learning so much in the last like 10 days, 7 to 10 days. It's really shown me a few things. One is I just love learning. I just absolutely love learning. I I it is what gets me up in the morning. It is what keeps me sitting at my desk. And so whenever I forget that and I get dragged into, becoming sort of static in terms of my learning, I suffer. I really, the motivation drops. But man, I have been putting in the hours. So what's happened is that some of our apps are maturing quite a lot. They're becoming quite complex, and they started with me vibe coding. My developers have picked them up. We've made them a lot better. We've done a lot of optimization. The models have got better over the last few months. So a lot of these apps that we're developing, right, they're getting quite um, complex, particularly Help Genie, Content Lead, and a couple of other things. And so we're moving to a new stack. Moving to a new stack. We're moving away from the vibe coded backends to a what's called a Laravel and PHP backend. This is a more comprehensive way to manage a more complex app. Maybe you want to add a mobile app. Maybe you want to connect a Chrome extension or something, and you can do it in a lot more scalable way in this new sort of framework. I have absolutely immersed myself in learning over the last like 7 to 10 days in this thing. I talk to AIs all about it. I sit on ChatGPT about it. I'm in Claude Code, reviewing code and understanding code. Um, Man, I've never learned anything faster.